All right, tribe, that's it for today's free study group. Going through a bit of the official course. I got some of the behind the scenes of it and break down practice questions. But man, people want to know, did you like this group? Not like this group? People, it's a free group. You know you get what you paid for. Honest feedback.
This group was amazing. This was my first time joining. I wish I would have found you years ago because I've taken this exam several of times. So thank you so much, Ray.
No, absolutely. Listen, we found each other now, and I've heard that before, and I'll say, no, show ourselves grace because it's just a different way of going about it. Like this is the Ray way of things, and this is just how I like to approach things and whatnot. And um, the other side of the grace of with the different way of thinking,
Yes.
internship papers. I went to Rutgers here in New Jersey. I believe that other universities kind of had the same model.
Mhm.
Internship papers, not multiple choice. Can you identify this and what the different wording, and it's all good.
So thank you so much. Appreciate you.
Mhm.
Can't wait to tell you that I passed this time around.
Oh yeah, it's all good. Listen, we're gonna get that license and let us know so we can celebrate you.
Definitely. Thank you, Ray.
Mhm.
Hi, Ray. Again, I just wanted to say
Hey.
thank you for everything. I've been trying my best to study, and I really appreciate how you break down the questions. I kind of got stuck in my own ways of how I look into the questions. I try to bring my own experiences, but just kind of getting a way out of that and trying to apply the peanut butter and the jelly, the recall, the code of ethics. It really helps a lot. So thank you so much for that. And I hope I pass next week.
No, absolutely. And real quick, for those that don't know, they're like, wait, peanut butter jelly and then Nutella, like what y'all talking about here? Yeah, but um, again, showing ourselves grace because it's a different way of thinking, especially when if we don't exactly have the type of insight as far as looking at these questions, how it's presented on the exam and whatnot. Because in real life, we have a system and way we go about things, but it's saying, hold on, slow it down. How about if you're in this scenario? How about if you're limited with these answer choices? How do you respond then? Because in real life, we can always uh, go to the option of speak with our supervisor, for example. That's always a good, safe option in real life, but they don't always give us that option on the exam. So it's all good. And remember, stay consistent. And speaking to everyone, I know your exam is coming up. Stay consistent with your daily practice questions and get comfortable with that code of ethics check-in just to see if something's at play. And there's a fair amount of questions where it may not fall into the professional values and ethics category, but doing the code of ethics check-in, it can guide you to the right answer. Where it's like, wait a second, this other code of ethics principle, this thing is at play and is guiding me to the right answer off of that. Because the correct answer should align with the code of ethics, not go against it. So stay consistent with your daily practice questions and get really good with the code of ethics check-in. It's all good. And let us know when you pass so we can celebrate you.
Hey Ray, this is Sandra from Virginia.
Hey,
I've had several of your classes, and I have to say thanks for being a blessing. Each one teach one, reach one, and back and get one. I have to say that I always say to my clients, why do I work as hard as you? So for you to give of your time when it's a free study group is amazing, and it's definitely a blessing because this is your time that you're not being paid for. But in a sense, you are being paid forward by those of us that you help get through this exam and further our knowledge and our skills. So thank you so much for being a blessing.
no, I appreciate that. And I get the DMs and the comments and the emails, and I understand people's job is on the line. I understand you've been out of work for X amount of time. And I was like, oh, snap, Ray, they want me to get this license thing. I haven't taken my exam and I don't know how long. I passed the first one. Now they tell me I got to go back for my LC. Ray, I'm trying to get this job opportunity, but they said, no, you need this license. Ray, listen, I need to make a move because of things happen in my environment. I need to go in private practice, but I need to become a licensed clinical social worker. Ray, I just need to make more money. Things are changing around. I understand. It's like, I got you guys. Tap in. The free group, we do one a month. And it's like, you're here, so I'm here, right? It's not just like, oh, yeah, free group. Here's a question. Okay, it was 10 minutes. Woo, yeah. And this one, because I always like to add value. I'm like, oh, actually, because the things that was going on with the course and everything like that, I was like, let's just go through a day of the course. The first day, not the code of ethics, but the first day, the day 8 one. So we get value out of it and break down these questions how we do. So I appreciate that. And again, I'm here. You're here, so I'm here. It's all good.
Hey, Ray, this is Rashida.
Hey.
Hey, thank you for, donating your time and spending as much time as you do on the course. I really appreciate it. And I want to say I graduated forever, ever ago. And so my job doesn't necessarily require for me, what I do doesn't necessarily require for me to have it. But personally now, I think it's time. And I was like, I'm not spending any money on just any old courses because I think I suffer from test anxiety. But I like what you said in one of the stuff where you say, read the questions and then read. And that has been really helping me. And I noticed that when I do read the code of ethics, that I'm retaining more because I'm like, okay, I can identify this as a question from there. So thank you for that. And thank you for being so patient with the group.
No, absolutely. And honestly, I want all of us to get licensed because just how things are changing, it's like we don't need it, but it's like we need it and going to need it type of thing. And it's better to have it now. And in the future, you could change your mind where if you're going the clinical route, for example, I want to open up a private practice. I want to be able to see clients serve a particular population or whatnot and just do more in the field. So definitely glad you're here. And for those with test anxiety, I always say, I have a video on my channel helping manage test anxiety, but in particular, slow it down. When we're doing our consistent daily practice, it helps with that because now it builds up the confidence in addressing these questions, no matter how they look. That's why we were talking about with the recall questions, the charade methods of matching the peanut butter with the jelly. It's like, listen, this is going to look however they look as far as the details. So I find comfort in, okay, what are you charading to me? What are you acting out to me? What do you want me to see? A, B, C, or D, or A, B, and C if it's 3 answer choices, or just match the peanut butter with the jelly. And with those scenario-based questions, the code of ethics, it's the foundation for everything. So when you, what you were speaking to, reading certain questions and whatnot, I was like, oh, I can see how that like falls back to the code of ethics and how that's at play and whatnot. It's just that the scenario, the example that they're giving us, can we recognize it? So definitely glad you're getting value out of it and stick with it. And that's I'm emphasizing this for the entire room. Code of ethics notes, read it once a week. Once a week. I will stand by that.
Hi, this is Joanna.
Hey.
I actually took your free study session, I believe back in November of last year. I had my test in December. Unfortunately, I didn't pass by 1 point, and I was remembering actually during the study session, you did say sometimes people don't pass by like 1 or 2 points. So anyways, now I think my biggest barrier is reading the question slowly. I struggle with first, next, best kind of questions. So I've been religiously watching your serial method bowl video and doing those practice questions, and also the social work helping process. I feel like I did TDC. I know the information. It's just those questions, the first, next, best. I struggle with those. So, now my test is on the 6th. And I'm just telling myself, slow down, read the question. And I will pass on the 6th. But yeah, I've been watching your videos again. And I really like that you're just very thorough, very direct, and it's not complicated. So thank you so much.
Absolutely. And it's all good. Show ourselves that grace. And you were within that window. And since your exam is coming up, again, don't complicate it. Stay in an ASWB compliance. A lot of people are reporting it's more of the shorter questions, even for the scenario-based ones, right? 1 to 3 sentences long. Nothing super complicated as far as like the amount of info that they're giving us. Face value. What is this question asking me? What are these answer choices actually saying? Like we were covering earlier where it's like, oh, the way this answer choice, it's said differently. It's not as direct. What is this answer choice actually saying? And we can align it with the issue going on within the question. So it's all good. You were right there. And with the recall, remember what's being charaded or matching the peanut butter with the jelly, we get some of those freebies, right? We can collect some of those freebies and that can push us over the hump because you just want to pass. You know, shout out to the people that got perfect scores and all that. Listen, we all licensed and we pass, you know, so we just want to get licensed. So it's all good. And let us know when you pass so we can celebrate you.
Hi, Ray.
Hey.
Hey, I'm calling from Alexander, Arkansas.
There you go.
I took the test twice back in 2009, long time ago. I missed it by 2 points the first time and 1 point the second time, but I couldn't afford to keep taking it. Now the test has changed. It's completely different. It's different now. The structure has changed, and I think the amount of questions in certain categories has changed. My problem, well, first of all, let me say this freebie was challenging for me, and in a good way, because you focus on frame of mind. That is my issue. I either read too much into the question, these scenarios, and I just go too far. I go down a rabbit hole, go too far with it, and of course come out with the wrong answer. Or I can't, I'm having trouble holding on to the thought process. You know, I can get through a couple of questions and then I start forgetting or maybe I'm getting anxious. So this course is going to be perfect for me. I'm going to try and take it every month. And toward the end, I did start to get into it. I started to tap in and I knew that this is exactly what I needed. So I'm going to ride with you. It's my first time. My daughter introduced me to you, and it's my first time I'm going to be riding with you. You'll see my name. You'll get used to seeing me. I'll be here. And that's my honest evaluation. Challenging, but great. Thank you.
Appreciate it. Shout out to your daughter as well, you know,
Yes.
bring your boss through.
Mhm.
And when I say number one, showing ourselves grace, because there really is a different way of thinking. And
Yes.
in real life, when we're practicing, you know, social work, providing services, we're not limited to just this option, or that option, right? We have more options. And if you notice a lot of the questions on the exam, they're saying, okay, if you're limited to one option when meeting with this client, in real life, we can have the whole discussion with the client about all of those options, that they're helpful, beneficial, and everything. So as we go through, glad you're here, slow it down, break it down. And for everyone listening, not just the people in this room, but anyone just listening to this video on YouTube or wherever, daily practice questions, 2 a day. If you're feeling wild and crazy, oh, Ray, I'm up into 5, 10, cool. Stay consistent with your daily practice questions, because the thought process, Ray, we heard you the first umpteenth million, the thought process, recall questions. What is this client charading to me? What term are they speaking to, highlighting, showing within the question? The term of A, B, C, or D, or A, B, and C if it's 3 answer choices. What about scenario-based questions? What is this question actually asking me? Is there anything at play from, you know, our blueprint, a guidebook of the profession of social work, like our code of ethics? Anything at play? Just to keep it in mind. What details in this question are influencing what the correct answer is? And remember, we're only working with what we got. Nothing more, nothing less. Because to your point, sometimes we can kind of go down that rabbit hole a bit where we're pulling in more information and everything, but it's like, wait a second, whoa, right here, let's keep it right here. Let's not add any more information to what's here in front of us and go off of that. So it's all good. We're gonna get that license.
Mm-hmm.
And let us know when you pass so we can celebrate.
I will. What's a good place to get practice questions?
YouTube channel, my YouTube channel.
Okay.
Whenever we do the 5 for 5 groups, because the 5 for 5 groups are always new, and free groups, because that's essentially always new in that regard too.
Hi, Ray. I would like to also say to the lady Sandy, I will also go to your other groups. I would like to first just say that this group was amazing as always. I think I've been to almost all of your groups except the LBGT group. I missed that one, but in your groups, you explain everything. And then I like how, especially with the recall questions, you give the answer. So it's almost like every time you're studying the different, your notes, you're constantly being able to get the definition. So a lot of us probably rented our books, which I did, versus buying. So now I have everything you did. I printed it out. I'm better reading on paper than on the computer. But it's like, now I'm seeing stuff that I don't recall seeing in the book that I'm getting from your groups. And then it's got all these different definitions from the recall questions. That's helping a lot. But I would say your group is well worth it. Thank you for the YouTube videos. I've watched all of them. I did the medication one, and everything is worth it. So I tell anybody, $25, even the DSM-5, it's worth it. The free ones is good, but to put up $25 to get your group and to come to your group and get your material is well worth it. And the community programming, my first test, those was basically a lot of the questions, and I didn't have those groups prior. Those really help with your thought process. So anybody that's taking a test, those are two groups I would recommend too, because it makes you think different than just some of the other questions that you're used to seeing. Even like last week questions, remember I was like, oh, I was thinking more than I should be looking into the questions. So those are two groups I would recommend anybody to take if you have not taken them.
Appreciate you. And I understand like the financial burden and everything when it comes to just signing up for this exam and everything. That's why I say, listen, if nothing else, tap into the free group. If you're just like, no, what, I just want to dip my toes in it, I'm not sure. Yeah, I see people come to the free group. And this one in particular, again, because I always mix it up, we went through a day of like the course and doing some practice questions and whatnot, and then the 5 for 5s. Because again, I understand the financial burden, but if you can afford it, you want to come through for the $25 groups, come through. We're going to talk about it. We're going to discuss it and give the thought process of how to answer the questions. And just for anyone listening, for the community-based questions, the community-based scenario questions, not recall. Remember, recall terms. No, we don't. For the scenario-based questions for community, I'm not saying you'll never, ever, ever have something from play in the code of ethics, but it's usually more so turning into a reading exam because a lot of us aren't familiar with the community lingo unless we chose that path for our social work journey. So, but definitely tap in if the finances and the schedule lines up and whatnot, and we'll go from there. Definitely want to make sure everyone gets licensed, and I'm gonna just do my part. All right, everyone, thank you for attending today's free study group. I appreciate you, and I'm gonna emphasize the consistency aspect of it, because I understand like one of the biggest things, Ray, I'm tired of studying. I want my life back. I just want to move on with it. I understand. And I don't want to study for 6 hours a day and all that. I mean, if we're taking a practice exam and all that, that's one thing. But on average, read the info, daily practice questions, keep it moving. If it's a Friday or Tuesday or whatever day we decide to read our code of ethics notes, read the code of ethics notes, 2 practice questions, keep it moving, right? We don't want this to be like overwhelming to the point where I gotta study all this material, heavy hours and hours. Again, we doing a practice exam, that's one thing, but hours and hours and hours, get the info, daily questions, weekly code of ethics notes, keep it moving. And that consistency piece, and we'll see how our score goes up. And again, we just want to pass, so it's all good. Stay consistent and we'll get that license, and come back and let us know we pass so we can celebrate you. Definitely want to celebrate you. All right, tribe, I'll see you next study group.